Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the...
Oh, I sit there warm beside that fire, stoking it up with another little chunk of that magnificent Doug fir, already chunked up and just the perfect fit, right on top of them glowing red coals. And it warms me right to the center of my heart, and I begin to feel what's really, really real. And I notice the dogs sitting there right before the fireplace on that little ash tray that we put on the floor before, so we keep the ashes off the floor and keep the place from burning down. Oh yeah, that's what it takes when you got a fire hanging around. You got to be somewhat careful. But of course, the dogs quite naturally take that as to be their bed, and that's where they're wed, man. And there's that beautiful black lab that rescued our one friend from out there in the blizzard and brought her right in, to the good old Kim Cafe, the very center of the universe. Yes, indeed. And there's that mysterious little coyote. I mean, like not 60 pounds of them. They're real shaggy looking too, boys. You can tell this guy works hard for his living, man. But lying there all snuggled up like a little dog too, right there again, that old black lab. They're like in love already, man. It's just like nature brought them together. And as I gaze upon their sight and consider what it means, it's this wild animal, this nature of me right there in animal form, don't you see? Because I know well that I'm an old coyote. I've been living too scratchy-assed of a life for it not to be like that, a cowboy in paradise, a fish out of water, a fish that's got some water. Here, let me share you with your daughter, okay? Ole! That be the way the old trucking coyote used to play. Oh, my. But now he's an old French fry, man, all covered in, salt and ketchup and stuff, and he's about to be consumed by the lust of the universe for French fries, man. Then again, he might become Donald Duck and go drive a garbage truck again for a little while. Done that before. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you that story sometime, yeah. But there I am, gazing upon that divine little doggy, that wild animal, that critter that could be anywhere but here, yet is here snuggled up to an old black lab sitting by a fireplace with a nice fire burn. I mean, they didn't even budge when I tossed that log in there. They didn't even budge. They knew nothing was going to happen. They were cool. I mean, it's just like, wow, the total vibe of this dog. And then I start to realize this dog, man, this coyote, this black lab, I start to see like a glow coming forward from their conscious presence. I mean, I start to see a life as a singular, there's not a black lab and a coyote. There's a coyote and there's just an energy, a spirit, a life coming forward, I guess to remind me of the nature of the old coyote and of how tricky it is to be there at April 20 in 2008 yet, and knowing you're never too late and never feeling like you ever can arrive on time. Gosh, guys, see, that's the coyote way. But now we begin, because my little survivor slipped in through the blizzard, I don't know where he came from, but I reckon, as I look upon his beautiful, all of a sudden the scraggliness has gone away and this guy's just glowing and his hair is smooth and it's kind of goldish, grayish, brown. It's just a slight little tan in it, and just, wow, alive. The fibers of a dream, man. I start to see the dream arise from the fiber of their hair. And doggone if they ain't dreaming me and you and everything else into being too, man. This little backwards god we call dog. both in its domesticated so-called and its a more untamed form. It's wild and woolly little critter, the one that knows the true nature of the heart, the one critter that could keep that knowledge and awareness and alive through the generations of life. The coyote of the heart, the same as the buffalo of the heart, which held that steadiness in unity. The coyote says, sure, I can challenge my heart, I can dance with the crow, I can, fly with the fly if I have to. I'm a specter, I'm a ever-loving guy, I'm a shape-shifting fool, you betcha. A chameleon of the spirit heart, you betcha, babies. You show me where to go and I'll slip right in and I'll fit in. I don't care where that is, anywhere on this earth. And I'll carry that energy for you. I'll keep you alive. I'll keep that dream alive. I'll keep that heart alive. And I'll keep fulfilling that dream for you in this animal sort of way, this animal spirit sort of way, so that until one day you can wake up and come back with us and play. Well, then again, my mind flashed to that time there in the Jackson Hole Park, man. Oh, my goodness, out there in the sagebrush, in the dark, no fire allowed, freezing to death, no sleeping bag, just a few layers of clothes, and my head's arose because it turned into a icicle, But there was these coyotes circling around. And they're singing the most unusual songs and saying the most unusual sounds. And it's like, it's people hanging out, There's an energy, a life, And in me there's this kind of fear and this coldness and this shivering, and it starts to meld away. Meld into my bones, melt into the ground, melt. And I began to remember what I experienced there, what I forgot after so long a time. Man, it's coming back to me now. Hell, that must have been 50 frickin' years ago or more. Man. And I remember the union that I felt in that coyote song. I remember watching the morning star arise and feeling the glitter of my heart arise with it. And watching as my coyote brothers faded into the sagebrush with the rise of that sun. And I swear to goodness I heard one of them say as he turned my way, "Have fun, son." Wow, and it wasn't but that very day I got a new job and settled down in Jenny Lake Lodge there, right there on the shores of the beautiful, crystalline, clear, cold as hell Jenny Lake, nestled right there in the heart of the Grand Teton National Park. Oh, my goodness, was that ever to be an experience. It was a time of some real decompression for me. I'd finally gotten free of the juvenile authorities with whom I had had great difficulty through my growing up years. And finally I had a free life. I could be on the road, and no one could mess with me. I was liberated. 17, man, was magic for me. Yet, wow, the decompression I felt. You can't imagine carrying that darkness into this lighted, enlightened place. You can't imagine feeling, knowing I'm a gracious, good heart, that there is nothing in me but divine presence, love for everything. I feel that even as a child, even as a 17-year-old confused little ninny. Got my ass kicked real hard down in San Diego. Oh, it messed up my psychology really bad. So as I'm there at the Jenny Lake Lodge, hanging out in the dorms, they call them, where we have our bunks, that's where we reside. Most of the time we're working, 12, 13 hours a day, and then partying a few more away before we, manage to settle down. Try to sleep. And man, I couldn't do it, I just couldn't do it. But I kept hearing that coyote, the steadiness, the reality, the magic in their song of the morning that brought the morning star alive inside of me. And ever since then I've felt this great kinship with that great star. Venus, the goddess of love, the mothership, the mother of love. Venus, the holder of the heart, of the divine feminine, the representative, the new promise fulfilled. And one day I see it now, through the coyote's eyes, and the coyote dream that's glittering forward from his hair there by the fireplace at April 20, 2008. I see the great star arise and keep spreading across the skies and settling into you and I and all that is. The promise fulfilled, the rainbows of life arising everywhere. The decompression that began, maybe at 17, who knows? Maybe it continues to this day. I tell you what, I sure don't have no trouble sleeping now, but I don't sleep long. I keep hearing that old coyote in my heart is singing his song, and it urges me on. And I can't let go until I see that glow arise in everything and everyone. Because, babies, yes, indeed, I am that divine sun, and the divine earth, too, just like me, just like you. We are cosmic twins, brothers and sisters of the heart that are brothers in that heart, and sisters, too, because in the brotherhood is the sisterhood united. The Divine Mother embraces herself, the product of her navel, her divine sun, S-U-N, shining inside her heart once again. Yes, and radiantly through all of her life. Because this little coyote could stand a little strife and learn how to thrive in the worst of conditions. Yes, indeedy. And carry it through till the time it became true. The heart arise in unity, totally unified throughout the entirety of the history, let alone the life of now. The moment of creation, the beginning which goes on forever. For there is no start, there is no finish. There is just the beginning, growing evermore outward, lovingly so. From what? That contented form of expression, that same contentment that resonates forward and touches every heart, not just in that room there at the Kim Cafe in Kim, Colorado, which is the very center of the universe, and radiates outward from there to touch every person on earth, everything that is living within and about and upon her, everything that is alive, coming back to life. The coyote resurrection of the dead, I reckon. Somebody pass me some bread and water, will you? I just got to remember how it is to have that kind of diet when you're in prison, man. You know? Oh, the coyote humor, it sees through the dark way in this day. Yes, indeedy, it says, oh, God, yeah, with the darkness I did have to play. But my sincere little heart, it showed me the way. And though divine and confused and beat to hell, man, I rised up out of that life, and I did really swell. I come back to my heart in this moment of 4/20/2008, and I'll tell you, Mary Jane made sure I was never late, 'cause she got me there just right on time. Oh, in her heart so divine. It's the coyote way. It's the glitter of life. It's the one love that unifies all life, carried forward by this mysterious little animal, so mischievous, yet such a survivor, such a thriver, such a transformative being, can transform anything into the most gracious and loving of reality, can take a simple rabbit and appreciate it so greatly that the rabbit is the one life in all of the universe, and there is no lust for taking its life. Well, you might want to chase it a little bit, 'cause that's fun. I really like to watch the rabbit run, don't you? Oh, my God. Are we melding into a cosmic stew, or are we becoming alive and finding out what it is to live in overdrive? Right here on this Coyote Medicine Show, only on this radio network called Hazy. Oh, babies, hazyradio.com, we got it on. And there in your heart you're hearing that coyote song, I'm sure. Babies, won't you come take a little walk with me, and let's see what's going on in the rest of this divine mystery? Oh, darlings, don't you see? Cat Stevens got something to say about all of that. I think he's a coyote too, man. Boy, look at his life. I thought mine was mysterious. Wow.